Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Samantha the Introvert. Today I want to give you my personal recap on episode 8 of The Boy Next World. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, by the way, disclaimer, if you get a little bit confused of my recap, just so you know, I was confused watching this drama. So that's why the recap is somewhat confusing. Sorry. Okay, so remember last episode, Sirius got hit by a car saving Pugan. Also, the men that drove the car and hit Sirius revealed that the person they were aiming for was Pugan, so it was planned. But because Sirius got hit instead, the men removed Pugan from Sirius and rushed Sirius to the hospital. When the men took Sirius, the unconscious Sirius, away, Pugan immediately called Wim. And with the help of Ozone, who along with the father has been keeping an eye on Sirius, let Wim and Pugan know of the hospital that Sirius was taken to. But Wim then sees how shocked and scared Pugan is. I mean, the boy literally witnessed Sirius got hit by a car and went unconscious, now rushed to the hospital. Who wouldn't? When they got to the room door where Sirius is staying, Pugan then went straight to the henchman and punched him. Pugan was brave for that. The man was about to punch Pugan back, but Ozone blocked the man's path, saying he came to see his brother and he knows his mother is behind wanting to attack Pugan. The henchman said that the woman he claims that called his mother only has one son, and his son is in the hospital bed. But Ozone also stated that the woman who he calls mother only cares about having a successor, and if that son dies, she will come to Ozone for Ozone to be her successor, and he will call the shots. And Henchman knows this. Basically, the Wicked Witch of the West cares zero for her sons. The man steps aside and calls the Wicked Witch of a mother because they are still not allowed in the room to see Sirius unless the mother says so. The man says that the mother says they can go, but tells Ozone that when the mother comes, the mother said that she wishes not to see Ozone in the hospital. She wishes to not to see her own son. She's serious about this one son thing. When they got inside, Pugan and Wim seized the unconscious Sirius in bed. But to give Pugan alone time with Sirius, Wim told Pugan that he will go find the doctor to get some answers on the Sirius condition. After some time of talking to Sirius and holding Sirius' hand, Pugan felt Sirius' hand move, indicating Sirius is about to wake up. But when Sirius woke up, he shows signs of maybe loss of memory because he doesn't know Pugan. Meanwhile, the Sirius that literally got hit by the car when saving Pugan is in another place. Another place. Honestly, this science can't be solved because one minute you would think that Sirius is a stalker, telling lies and telling stories about a parallel world, which I am starting to believe. But then we see Sirius in black who is telling the other Sirius on what's happening to him. Let me try to explain to you what I understand so far. There are multiple Sirius, not sure how much, but this parallel world do exist. But right now, it would seem that the Sirius that helped save Pugan is trapped in between worlds with the Black Sirius, and whenever each Sirius will leave, they would take over some other Sirius while trying to explain what happened to the other Sirius. Right now, I feel sorry for Pugan because he's with someone he loves that he didn't confess to, but Sirius does not remember him. Wim told Pugan that the doctor says Sirius is suffering from memory loss, but Pugan says this Sirius is not his Sirius. Hey, maybe this Sirius could be the Wicked Witch actual son because his rudeness is off the scale. But when Pugan got there, Sirius could tell Pugan is crying. Also, Sirius told Pugan that his memory is good. It's just that he doesn't know Pugan. Sirius told Pugan that all he knows is that he was in his condo sick, and the next thing he knows, he woke up in the hospital. When Sirius' lift is here, Pugen notices his scar is gone. So it is clear this is not the Sirius Pugen knows and the one that he has sex with. But can anyone solve this mathematical science? Because we clearly see Sirius being hit by a car, men carrying him to the hospital. There is no sign of any body switch with Sirius to another Sirius. So how the hell did the scar disappear? Look, I'm just as confused as Pugan. Like, the screenwriter sure must have gotten some godforsaken mind. There's no way. How is it that you're writing and you're not confused yourself? Because I can't even solve this. Like, somebody help me with this one. My brain hurts. Great, my brain hurts even more because this woman shows up. I swear, I'm shocked that Sirius didn't even leave the country far away from this woman. Hear me out. Maybe Sirius would have left the country if Pugan left the country. Hell, he would have gone to freedom. Nah, I don't think so. The woman has power and money. Anyways, the woman didn't come alone. She came with a girl who's supposed to be Sirius' fiance. Look at Sirius' face. He's not pleased. Oh, by the way, when watching the episode, I noticed very keenly on the difference in the eyes when it comes to the different Sirius. All about the facial expression, baby. Meanwhile, the time is ticking. Sirius, who is trapped between worlds, is trying to find a way to go back to his Pugan. But unfortunately, there is no way out. Not yet. The black Sirius told the white Sirius that it's not his time to leave. Again, focus on the eyes and the expressions. Now, while white Sirius is worried about Pugan and wondering if Pugan is Earth, Black Sirius says there will never be any arm going to Pugan. Black Sirius says in every timeline there is a Sirius and also Pugan, but not every Sirius meets a Pugan, but every Pugan is what every Sirius needs. That's not exactly what he said, but basically what I understand. Black Sirius also said that every time a Sirius will end up here, the previous Sirius will have to explain the situation, and right now, the Black Sirius is doing that. So when the Black Sirius leaves, this Sirius in white will have to understand everything to send that message to the other Sirius like a cycle. Since Sirius still does not understand, just like us the viewers, Black Sirius shows White Sirius different alternate world where Sirius meets Pugan and where they don't, and what happens when each do or do not meet. This is the timeline where Black Sirius is at high school when he eventually gives the cup to Pugan at the high school. In the Sirius version, he didn't do anything. He hides away from Pugan. Another timeline where Sirius did take over the business his mother gave, but Sirius and Pugan will always meet, but will never be together. I love the hairstyle for Noel. Also, I love Boss in glasses and suit. Also in the timeline, Sirius treats Pugan very badly, and Pugan didn't get upset but took this bullying and hate. Until one day when someone attacked Sirius with a knife, because of how Sirius treats people, no one wanted to help him. The only person that helped him was Pugan, the very person that Sirius despised. We see that each timeline shows that Pugan and Sirius must always meet. No hiding about this part. No going around at the bush. They must meet. But also one timeline shows tragedy of Ozone passing away. Ozone died? This is too much information for me and Sirius to handle. I paused a day off trying to watch this drama to analyze any part of it so I can recap this drama. Still, I am puzzled. They must be planning to give a season 2 on this drama, right? Okay, so what I gather is there will be a time where Sirius raffles himself into Sirius' body in a different world. And here I thought 4 minutes was confusing. Can you imagine putting 4 minutes and the boy next world in a bottle, shaking that flavor up? You will definitely go in stress trying to figure out the flavor. It's just like KFC. No one knows the ingredients, no matter how you try to duplicate it. Not even the people who cooks the KFC chicken knows because each KFC franchise got different taste. Now, Pugin is telling Jin everything, and it's sad because Jin doesn't understand it himself. Because literally, just the other day, Sirius was so possessive, now he cares less for Pugin. Dude, the more and more I try to grasp my brain into figuring out this show, the more I get confused. I keep writing this recap, and I feel I am writing a confusing story, and I promise you, I am trying to understand. It sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm not complaining. I'm just confused. Like poor Pugin, the man he loves does not love him because it's literally not the man he loves. Meanwhile, Sirius here is stuck in a place with no exit. Meanwhile, Ozone and Wim at the hospital trying to knock some sense into the Sirius, getting him to know Pugin and the relationship they have, but Sirius cares zero. Then came the fiance, and trust me, Sirius doesn't want her near him. Now, if he's acting this way, in his world, that would mean that he does not know or have a Pugin or a fiance, right? While Wim is walking, he thought to himself on how Sirius is being a jerk to Pugin, and since Jin can read minds, he can read and heard everything that Wim said. It's obvious that Wim cherishes Pugin. When Wim sees Jin, he thought to himself that he wants to apologize in behalf of Sirius, and then he said it out loud. Even though Jin heard it twice already, he has forgiven him. But when Wim was walking away, he was thinking again, but Jin is trying to hear it clearly, but it's kind of like static interfering. I wonder if it's because of Sirius, and the Sirius that's here is not the Sirius that's supposed to be here, and that is why Jin's mind reading is going wobbly. Fiance is not satisfied with seeing Pugin with Sirius, so she came to warn Pugin to stay away from her quote unquote man. This one got me laughing. The girl claimed that Pugin is not Sirius' type. Hell, she said that Sirius likes women. Well, that could have fooled me. He fooled me when I saw Sirius licking Pugin's lollipop with his mouth, or the way that he got Pugin moaning. Yeah, clearly. She doesn't know Sirius. Girl was about to slap Pugin, but she doesn't know that Pugin got good friends that will literally fight for him. Now that the girl is gone, Pugin needs to explain to his friends what the hell is happening and how the hell Sirius has a fiance. When I saw Sirius with that hair bun just like Pei I was wondering, did me man Y saw the video I made of the similarity of Loving the Air and The Boy Next World? Anyways, Pugin's friend went to Sirius and told Sirius exactly what his so-called fiance did. And it's the first time Sirius showed concern. Well, this Sirius showed concern and went to find Pugin. Sirius eventually found Pugin and asked questions based on a relationship that everyone told him he had with Pugin. Pugin even told Sirius about a parallel world, which makes no sense to Sirius because he still doesn't know Pugin. But then Pugin mentioned something that could solve everything for us. Pugin says maybe in Sirius' world, Sirius never noticed Pugin, just like how Pugin never noticed Sirius in this world. But since Pugin sees no matter what he says, he will not let Sirius believe him, so he told Sirius to leave him, to give him space and time. Pugin stayed there till night. Night, people. I'm shocked the Apple device lasted that long. Now, after some time of thinking, Pugin went to meet Sirius and he is accepting the fact that Sirius will not come back. So he told this Sirius that even though he is not this Sirius, he wants to tell him that he maybe one day might see Sirius and he wants this Sirius to tell this Sirius that he loves him. See what I told you? Look at the eyes. Homeboy cares shit zero because this is not Pugin serious. Ding dong. But when Sirius sees Pugin tearfully leaving, his eyes change because at this moment, Sirius is back. Dude, it took you an I love you to come back? But the thing is, I don't think this Sirius that came back heard Pugin's confession. Now in the end credit scene, they showed us when Sirius came back, seeing Pugin leaving. Then the other Sirius went back to his world, but to him, he thought everything was all a dream because he was sick. He thought the sickness caused this. He called Wim, who told Sirius that he got worried because he was calling and no one answered to check on him because Sirius did not show up in class for 3 days on sick leave. When he got up, he heard noises outside his door and saw it was Pugin. Clearly, Pugin knows Sirius, but Sirius does not know Pugin. Sirius then recalled what Pugin from his so-called dream told him and went to call Pugin's name. I guess from that, relationship developed because remember, in every world there is a Sirius and Pugin, and they must always meet one way or another. Okay, guys, that's the end of my personal recap on episode 8 of The Boy Next World. Stay tuned for my recap on episode 9. And as always, if you like any of my recaps, give them a thumbs up, subscribe with notification bells so you never miss any of my videos. I will see you next time.